What's up guys and welcome to a new video. My name is Frank and I react to metal music. Today I'm here again with Sokoninaru and another cover from them. This time again, after my Alien from Maximum the Hormone cover that I reacted like a couple of days ago to this point. And this one is Rusty Nail from X Japan. Man, X Japan is amazing. Like I know a couple of songs from them, and they have their classic 80s heavy metal, speed metal sound. Like, I love that sound. Like, Blind Guardian, for instance. One of the very first metal bands that I got really into, like, speed metal, power metal band, because it was the genre that I used to listen a lot back in the days, on my early 20s, was of course, Blind Guardian with their song Majesty. I freaking love that song. And they have that kind of classic speed metal, sound in their music, because of course they are from that era of music specifically, So they have that authentic 100% speed metal, 80s and 90s speed metal kind of sound that I really freaking love. And of course, Sokoninaru is an amazing band. So only 3-piece band, but all 3 of them are incredible musicians. They are super duper good. I specifically love their bassist. She slaps on the bass like crazy, and she uses a very interesting technique with her thumb, tapping with her thumb on the bass, which is very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But I guess before I start this reaction, please consider subscribing to the channel if you like this video, leave me a like and a comment if you have more suggestions for me. Just want to say hi or whatever, and let's start. Oh, she's singing it. Interesting. Didn't expect this. Awesome. Very interesting already. They totally changed the song. Of course, they kept the bass melody and the lyrics, but the rhythmics, the drumming, and the guitar part are very different. And the pauses they did are very Sokoninaru style, right? They basically making a math rock version of the song. This is incredibly interesting. I didn't think they would change the song to this point. You know what I mean? Wow, so cool. And I didn't really expect her to sing it, like basically the full song like this. She's got a very cool and soothing voice for sure. I really like it. Wow. Very cool background track they have here. Slow down. That's drumming for sure. That's falsetto. very interesting here. Okay, this part is a little bit more similar to the original. Wow. Wow. This was a very, very cool version of the song for sure. Let's talk about it. Man, this surprised the heck out of me. I kind of expected them to do a little bit maybe of a more technical, a little bit basically as fast of the original one, because the original one can be very fast as well, but maybe even faster because they are super faster and super math rocky kind of sounding, you know what I mean, usually. But this really didn't expect at all. Basically they changed like 70% of the song, but still maintaining the bass melody of it, the bass lyrics and singing. But basically she sang the majority of it. Really, really like her voice, by the way. And the last part, basically, they was more similar to the original one. The riffing was more similar, and they sang together. You know what I mean? Which made it very epic sounding for sure. And man, the drumming was amazing because it kept this, as far as I can tell, because I'm not a drummer, of course, but as far as I can tell, it kept a very similar pattern on the transitions and on the drum rolls and stuff like that, like the very fast drum rolls, but it changed like the start and the ending of it a little bit, and sounded so cool, man. Basically, it's a very, very cool homage to this classic, heavy metal song from Japan, from the 80s. And of course, Japan is one of those bands that started it all, right? In Japan, like speaking of metal. And of course, we have a lot of different other bands that started metal in Japan and stuff like that. But this was definitely one of the most important, right? Like Japan is super famous even in Europe and in the US, I think. A lot of people that listen to metal have at least listened to one or two songs from them. And that's very interesting because even before starting this channel, I knew who Japan was. You know what I mean? Even if I basically only knew Mary's Blood and Japan, basically. And for maybe a little bit of Maximum the Hormone as well. But I think I heard like a couple of their songs, but I didn't knew that those songs were from Maximum the Hormone, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. But even people that really doesn't know much about Japanese rock and metal music might know this band. That's how popular they are, right? One of those bands that they basically are the Iron Maiden of Japan. That's how I like to call them. And wow, they did a very, very cool version of it and really, really enjoyed it. And man, they have such a cool sound. I usually don't like music that is this melodic, but in the melody, they put a lot of technicality, a lot of math rocky elements, and make this kind of music super interesting to listen for me as well. You know what I mean? And they are incredibly talented. So yeah, there's really no denying in that. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave me a like and a comment if you have more suggestions for me, just want to say hi or whatever. And definitely see each other in the next one. Rock on.